Hi, this is Mike, and it's March 30th, 2025. We're now coming right back at you with a New York Notary Public Refresher Training newsletter. This is a case of the New York State Notary renewal process, and this man's application was denied. And it's very interesting. Okay, so my usual disclaimer when I cover old cases, this information is already published online by New York State, so I'm not violating anybody's privacy. I choose old cases purposely that are still relevant with the current New York Notary Public licensing laws, which are reflected in the current New York State Notary Public licensing exam questions as of now, March 2025. If you're watching this video 2 years from now, check back. The laws probably have changed again. Okay, so for those of you that are getting ready to renew and you've been a notary for over 3 years and it's coming up time for you to renew within 4 years, you now have to do it online. You cannot do it through the mail anymore. You're going to, if you haven't done so, you need to make an account with ny.gov, www.businessexpress.ny. And when you get in there with your account to renew, you're going to go ahead and click on Apply Online to renew traditional notary public license. Okay, so this is an old case where the man did it through the mail the old way up until a couple years ago. So this is about an upstate New York notary public who had criminal convictions during his 4-year licensing period. For those of you who aren't aware watching this, we are commissioned for life. We never have to take an exam again, but every 4 years we need to renew. So this man's sending his renewal in after he's already a notary public, and he disclosed to them and presented a certificate of relief from disabilities issued by the state when he renewed. Why did he have to submit that? Because the man, his commission notary public, based on the allegation that in spite of the fact that he had previously been convicted of forgery in the second degree, criminal possession of a forged instrument second degree, and offering a false instrument for filing second degree, these are felonies, that commission was inadvertently renewed on April 30th, 1993. So they're saying they sent him his renewal. They approved it because he sent that certificate removing disabilities. So let me explain why that wasn't good enough. Findings of fact. The notice of hearing together with a copy of the complaint was served on the respondent by certified mail. So basically they mailed him his renewal, they approved it, then they sent him a certified letter to say, oopsie, we made a mistake. And the mistake was this: since sometime prior to March 30, 1991, the respondent had been commissioned as a notary public. On March 2nd, 93, the complainant received the respondent's most recent renewal application, on which he disclosed, he told the truth, that since his last renewal he had been convicted of a crime, and when he renewed, he answered the question properly, admitting being convicted in the previous 4 years. During the previous 4 years, they ask you that when you renew. Did you have any problems during the last 4 years before we renew you? Okay, so he was granted a relief from disability certificate he could use to get his government job back with DMV. Apparently, he worked for DMV as some kind of a DMV inspector, and he also had a side business involving the sale of automobiles, and he notarized something and committed fraud on what he notarized, certifying some vehicles that he was selling. Okay, and he got caught. So he got guilty. He pled guilty, and he got a reduced sentence. He only did 6 months in prison. In case you don't know, felonies, Class D felonies, are at least 3 years. They're a minimal jail sentence of 3 years. So in the plea, he only got 6 months. He got it reduced, and he also got the judge to give him a relief from disability so he could get employed again after the 6 months. Okay, so what happened was the state approved his renewal by mistake because after serving 6 months in prison for the felony convictions, um, the certificate of disabilities allowed him to get jobs with the government. But this is what's confusing, and let me clear it up. By its terms, that certificate relieved the respondent from all disabilities and bars to employment other than the right to be eligible for public office. You see, a notary public in New York State were officers of the state appointed to public office with lifetime commission renewable every 4 years for $60. But notaries public are public officers. We're not employed by the state. We don't get a salary, all right? Notaries are officers, not employees. So that certificate of relief from disabilities would not allow him to get reappointed as a notary, but somebody did an oopsie up in the Division of Licensing Services and renewed him by mistake. Okay, So the exam answer for when a convicted felon can become a notary public is if you have an executive pardon or a certificate of good conduct from the parole board, and he didn't have either of those. Okay, he had a relief from disabilities, which was not good enough. All right, you might ask, what's an executive pardon? An executive pardon, the best example I can give you, that every time a new president comes in, when the old one goes out, right before the old president leaves, they always give people executive pardons for things they were convicted of. Okay, and it's always political. And then, so if you don't have that, the one that's pretty obvious for people to understand is a certificate of good conduct from the parole board. You get that when you had convictions. You go and apply for it, but usually they want a little bit of time to pass before they'll issue that to prove that you're not going to be a repeat offender. So these are the only two ways you can renew your notary license or even get a notary license if you have prior convictions. But it's a tricky question on the exam. Can a notary public convicted of a felon, can a person convicted of a felon become a notary? Yes, you can with one of these two, which is a trick answer on the exam. Okay, conclusions of the law. Having been convicted of those two felonies and having not received either an executive pardon or certificate of good conduct, the respondent is not eligible to be commissioned as a notary public, and accordingly the commission previously issued by mistake, in error, must be revoked. So that was the determination. Wherefore it was determined by Roger Schneier, administrative law judge. He had to turn in his license. And that's the end of that story. Okay, so this is yours truly, Mike here. It's an old picture of me. Now a lot later than that. I had to lose a lot of weight. So 450 live 5-hour training events in New York, all over the state. Over 70,000 people have gone through my training. I've been running it online now, so it's the exact same training, but I recorded it online because the people coming to these live seminars were looking at this PowerPoint up on the screen, and they couldn't slow it down. Everybody here in this audience learns at a different speed. And I found that some people need to hear things more than once and some people need to go faster. So when it's online, the exact same lecture, same instructor, you can pause it, repeat, go forward and backwards, and jump ahead. Plus, you can only get one quick practice exam when you went to a live class. Now we have extensive, unlimited practice exams, and that brought our exams times down for our students. From an average of 40 minutes, you get an hour. From 40 minutes down to 15 or 20 minutes. You'll read about it in our student reviews. Okay, so if you're interested in signing up for this class, you can go to this website here and enroll directly, notaryny.thinkific.com. And it's only $77. I have not raised it for over a decade. We're trying to keep it low for all the young folks out there trying to beef up their resume. This is an awesome thing to have on any resume, get you in for an interview. For you existing notaries, of course, support this channel. Go to howtobecomeanotaryinny.com and you can read more about the online class there. You can get notary supplies, read testimonials, get a sample New York notary practice exam, look at the current New York notary exam schedules. They're now published through till the end of June, almost on a weekly basis everywhere. And for you existing notaries, you might want to upgrade to become a remote online notary now, RON, remote online notary, and notarize on the internet for the whole country and the whole world, not just New York State. Okay, so once again, visit us at howtobecomeanotaryinny.com. Thanks for watching. We appreciate all of you for spending your valuable time with us. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share, and we'll catch you on the next lecture. Bye-bye.
How to become a notary in NYC fast. What happens when you're stuck in a job with no room for growth or promotion for a significant amount of time? This could be a sign that you lack the necessary qualifications to advance. If left unchecked, this could lead to career stagnation and dissatisfaction. The New York Notary Public Association has recently found a way to solve this problem. Their research shows that becoming a notary public is easily achievable and can significantly boost your career prospects. It's not about having an advanced degree or years of experience, but rather, it's because of acquiring specific skills and certifications. This proven NY Notary Public Licensing online class only takes half a day to finish and instantly starts to enhance your professional profile. Over 14,000 people are already using this unique solution and have successfly become licensed notaries in NYC and NYS, while also gaining respect from their employers. Call 347-427-9091 so you can leverage this fast, unique solution and elevate your career once again like thousands of average New Yorkers have already done. This is your chance to join thousands of people who've changed their lives by solving their career stagnation problem, once and for all. But without it, you could easily spend the next few years in discomfort, feeling unfulfilled, and underappreciated, so click the link in the description box below. Visit www.howtobecomenotaryinny.com and see exactly how you can start using this inexpensive method at home or in the office right now and begin in minutes from now. Additional benefits include guaranteed success, because if you don't pass on your first try, everything is free to repeat. Less than 1% of thousands of average people before you have repeated. See our unsolicited testimonials. Plus, having a notary license is a requirement in many offices now, making you an invaluable asset to your employer. This simple certification can be the key to unlocking your full potential for advancing in your career. Call 347-427-9091 and request the free info. Visit www.howtobecomenotaryinny.com.